Welcome to Crafty Lifestyle. Today I will show you how to make a side stepper card, easy and simple. The side stepper card is a fun and elegant way to express love to family and friends. It can be decorated in so many ways for different occasions, including making some invitations and calendars with them. And this is the card I made. It is laying on the table, on my scoring board. It is really special. Okay, and so let's get started. I'm going to start with a full sheet of cardstock. The measures 8.5 by 11 inches. And if you use centimeters, the measurement is 21.5 centimeters by 28. So we only need 7 inches. So we measure 7 inches. After we trimmed our cardstock to 7 inches wide, and that we scored at just a little bit lighter, like just do the marking not too strong, we're gonna flip over the page, because what we did, we basically just marked the line like this. But now we have to do these scoring lines. Okay, so the first line, and it's only gonna be from here to the line, it's gonna be 1 1/4 of an inch, like this. The second one, 2 1/4. The third one, 4 inches. 5 3/4. Right here. 8 1/4. And that's it. And so now what I like to do is just do a little marking with the pencil, because we have to cut right here, just in the middle. You're not going all the way, just in the middle, in between those lines. And so you can either use a blade and a ruler like this, and then with your knife you can just cut it with your knife. I don't have a knife, an X-Acto knife, but I have my scoring board, which also cuts. And so right here, it's more or less there. And then I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna go at 1 1/4, which is right here, more or less. There it is. Okay. So as you see now, I only cut in between. Now, before folding, you flip it over. So this is the scored lines already. And now on this line, our cardstock measures 11 inches. So we have to score it in the half. That'll be 5 1/2. So just like that, we got this line in the middle and this lines on this side. And we're gonna start folding the lines. I like to use my bone folder to help me make the lines more crisp. So Now you can erase your markings. Okay, so now there it is. Let me start folding. And this is the shape. Just fold them really good with my bone folder. Like this and like this. So there you have it. Side stepper card. I'm gonna put it up close to the camera, that way you can see the measurements clearly. Okay. And so what we're gonna do next, we need to cut another piece of cardstock right now, because I just wanted to show you the measurements. I did it in white, but you can use any color, and this has to be slightly shorter than the actual card base. We can use this as, you know, decoration, or for example, I used that piece, but then I added this other layer. I wanted it to look more romantic. And you can do it just like this, and then decorate it on top of this, or do it like this. The length on this side is 3 3/4 inches. If you use centimeters, it's 9.5 9.52 centimeters, which is 9.5 and just a little bit more. And then on this side, 5 1/4 inches, or 13.33 centimeters. On the bottom part, the measurement is 6 3/4 inches, or 0.14 centimeters. Right here, it's only 1 inch, or 2.54 centimeters. On this side, 3 inches, or 7.62 centimeters. I am going to take pictures of this, and that way you can see the measurements up close. But this is really easy to make. And so the card, this is how it looks when finished. If you were to put it, like, just lay it on the table. So as you can see, it's really easy, different. I also want to show you the cutting knives that I used to make this card. Okay, so, and the card base, it's really easy to make. If you don't have a cutting knife to make that, it's perfectly fine. But this is the cutting knife I used to make this, the rectangle. And then for this one, it's just this one. For the flower, for this flower, I used this cutting knife, and this one for the middle part. And for the leaves, I used this one. one thing that it is really important for me, and I try to do it on all my projects. Um, I use Distress ink, and I just apply it like to the corners, like everywhere. Like you can see that I applied it almost on every corner, even to the little flowers, and it gives it a much better look. Okay, so, and Distress ink, they're not really expensive. They're really affordable. And then on the grass, let me see if you can see it. Like right here, I used this cutting knife. And for my hummingbird, I used this cutting knife. The way I color the cutting knife, the hummingbird, it's really simple. You can see it right here. I just used, it was actually just a little scrap of paper that I found laying on the table. And I basically just used my markers, and I just started doing lines across the paper, and then I wrapped some gilding wax. The one, it's like a pearl color or white, just to give it some shine, some sparkles, and it looks really pretty. And then on the flowers, I use this mat to give shape to my flowers. And I saved this on purpose because I wanted to advise you not to throw away, you know, the leftovers of your cardstock, any scraps that you have. I suggest you put them on a bag, save them, and then you can always use that. I made all these flowers, and here it is. Like I used all my paper. I don't waste any. I don't throw any to waste. And for the flowers, I use this little cutting knife. And I do want to show you how I bring them to life. How to make them look really nice. And so by that, you're going to need something like this. They sell this metal, I don't even know what they're called, but they're to mold the flowers. And so actually the only thing that you have to do, let me just move all my cutting knives to the side. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start by just drawing the middle part. Just a tiny circle. Like this. Okay, you go around all of your flowers. I'm only doing 3. There, right here. And so with this tool, you're just basically going to just round. What you're trying to do is to break the fibers of the paper, or the cardstock in this case. Something like this. You can also like do it up on the back and then go back to the front. It's up to you, the shape that you want to give them. And then just apply a little bit of ink like on the corners. Just go around. You just need a little bit. You could actually apply the Distress ink beforehand, like before molding the flowers. It's up to you. Yeah, but you don't have to be an expert. This is so easy to make. You can apply as much or as little as you want, depending on your desired effect that you want to give to your shapes. And so just gonna place them right next to each other. That way you can see it up close, how they went from this to looking like this. And yeah, that is the final result. This is a great card, but this would also also be a beautiful calendar. You could place a calendar up front, or you can place a message or a calendar on the back, or an invitation. You can decorate it on this side and place like the info right here. Then if you need like a slot for the passes, like to the party and all that, this would be so original, so different, really elegant. And so in this case, I made it for my mom. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. And I really hope that you liked my video, that you were inspired to try it if you haven't done so. And I wanted to ask you to please share my video with your friends if you find it helpful, inspiring, and if you could please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you soon. Blessings. 97 centimeters, almost 14. So just almost 14 centimeters. It has to be flipped, like folded in half. And then on this side, we're gonna do several scoring. The first one is gonna be at 1 1/4. We're gonna do a score. The second one, 2 1/4 inches. The third one is gonna be at 4 inches. The fifth one, 5 3/4. And the fourth one, 8 1/4. Okay, so it just like that. Okay, so let's say you're doing it like this. So you just like score it like this on one side, because what we want to do is we need the steps on the side. Just okay, so at 3 inches we just do a light scoring, and then on this side the measures 4 inches wide, we're gonna score it in half like this. The first line is at 1 1/4 inches, or 3.0 17 centimeters, which is basically just 3 centimeters and one line, just a little bit less than 2 millimeters. And the second one, a 2 1/4 or 10.1, like a little bit less than 2 millimeters. 5 3/4 inches or 14.6 millimeters. Centimeters. 8 1/4 or 20.9 centimeters. This is the shape.